Okay, I was going to film this tomorrow, but I'm so excited. I'm just going to start talking now. My Atala caterpillars. Okay, remember in my video that posted Friday, I believe I mentioned that I was going to Bok Tower to do a behind the scenes tour. Well, it was fabulous. And we got to talk with the person who's in charge of the rare plants that are endemic species, which means I think they're only found in Florida. And they try to grow them, study them, see how to propagate them, see how to grow them from seed. They write grants to get funding, and it's really a two-person show. And we got to speak to the one woman who does the whole thing, and she was fabulous, so knowledgeable. And I do believe they do these tours somehow, like you can go to them. I went with my local chapter of the Florida Native Plant Society. If you want to join your chapter of the Florida Native Plant Society, you just go on the state website, Florida Native Plant Society, and join, and then they'll attach you to your chapter based on where you live. So mine is the Heartland chapter. So our person, our secretary, I think that's her role in it. She knows the person who runs this whole Bok Tower program, and so got us in. She got us into a tour of, we got to go in the greenhouses, we got to go in the lab. Oh, it was so much fun. She has some experiments running. I was like a little kid in a playground. I was the one asking her questions. I asked good questions. So after that, we got full run of Bok Tower, but we didn't have long to stay because we had other things to do. So I told my husband I want to go into the pollinator section. And so we're in there, and there were Atalas everywhere. That's where I took the picture of the one that I posted on the community post. So we're literally out there taking pictures, and I'm looking everywhere. I was like, there's got to be Kunti here somewhere. I'm telling my husband, there's got to be Kunti plants here somewhere. And we're looking, I didn't see them, but the butterflies are everywhere. And then my phone starts ringing. So I answer it. It's Catherine. Catherine's literally in the little plant store that they have there. They have potted Kunti plants for sale with Atala caterpillars all over them. So even though I don't really need more Kunti plants, I bought 3 and I brought those babies home. So I'm going to take you in and show you them. And then we're going to work on getting these plants located in my garden because I want some of the caterpillars out here in my garden so they can start building a natural population here. But of course, you know, I'm going to raise a few, just a few. Okay, here we are in my gardening room. You're going to hear the fan noise. And here's my 3 Kunti plants that we bought. And 2 of them have caterpillars on them. Look, you can see them right there, but not yet. And then this one down here we bought because they were 20% off, some kind of special. And there's a bunch of separate plants in here, so I can dig that out and get multiple plants out of that one, just in case, you know, I need extra. I also took a cutting and put it in a floral tube just to see how they do as a cutting, so I know whether I have to put one of these whole plants in my lepidarium or just a cutting. So this has been in the tube for 2 days now. It was already yellowing when I took the cutting, and it seems to be doing just fine. So that is super fabulous to know. All right, let's go see the babies. Look, there's 2 right here together. Just for you. Look at how cute they are. They look like little gummy candies. Of course, we're not, that's not their purpose, but they do. So, you know what I find interesting about these guys? You know how the giant swallowtails look like bird poop, and I don't know. I get the monarchs, something about their stripes is something like it makes it hard to spot them. But these guys, like, they stand out. Like, I could stand across the room and go, oh, look, there's Atala caterpillars. It's like they're not even trying to use camouflage as an adaptation to survive. So they are adorable. So these butterflies went nearly extinct, and South Florida was able to bring them back, but for a long time they've only been in South Florida. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that anytime I've done a tour or host plant tour, I've gone by the Kunti and I said, this is the host plant for the Atala, because one day maybe. So it's been years. So I was getting excited because they were making their way up the coast. So they were in coastal counties across from me, but not in the center of the state. Well, one of our gardens here, our city gardens, is called Hollis Gardens, did something. I'm not exactly sure of the details, but I guess it was in collaboration with our local Parks and Rec group that somehow they brought some Atala caterpillars into that park. And they've been all around Central Florida, but then we had Hurricane Debbie go through and we had some good winds and they spread a little more and they showed up at the nectary. Of course, I went there looking for some, didn't find any. They weren't on their plants like for sale, but the nectary has some Kunti planted on property, and it was there that there was evidence of caterpillars, and there were some chrysalides hanging on some of the Kunti. So I knew they were close. I was going to go on a hunt to places to see if I could find some, and lo and behold, they kind of found me at Bok Tower in a place where it was legal to get them. So let's go see the babies. All right, here are the eggs. Aren't they cute? They were all hatched, it looks like, except maybe one of them. And from what I can tell just through observation, they eat the outer surface of the leaf, kind of scrape off the green part, and then this brown will be left behind. So that's kind of what you look for, are these browning leaves on the plant. See how this one right here is starting to get brown right there? Well, you can look at there, you can see the little shadows. If I flip this over, there are the babies. Look at them. And they hang out together like the polydamas. Absolutely adorable. Now, I can't show you a butterfly right now because I don't have any yet, but hopefully there's a lot of caterpillars on here. Trying to find some more. Here's some more here. Well, that's just one. I see, they remind me of the polydamas because I'll find one off by itself. But you can see how it looks like on the leaf. They're just kind of scraping off the outer covering, but they don't, sorry, they don't eat the whole way through. So look at this stem here. See how it looks like they've been munching on that? Let's see if there's any. Oh, yep, look, see? There they are. So that's kind of like your telltale sign and evidence. Look, there's some more. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I do have a picture or two of them on my phone, so I'll put them up. I'll put them up right now, right here. You can see them while I'm talking. See, here's another. Look at this stem. And then on the end, that one faded. And then you go to the back of it, and there they are. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. I know, more things for me to say adorable about. And guess what? I love it. So what am I going to do with these? Well, let's go back out to the garden. I already have some kunti in my garden, but in case you're newer and you haven't been on a tour, it's been a minute since I've done a tour too. Probably have to do one of those soon, a host plant tour perhaps. It's over back here in my garden seating area. Right back here where I have my 2 potted trees, and it's down there. There's one there, see, all in here. And then all the way over. So I have multiple plants and they have multiplied. Like I think I had 2 here and now there's more than 2. So they do spread out. And then I have another one back here in this little walkway. There's another one down there. So where am I going to plant those 3? Well, the one I'm going to break up into multiple plants. I'll probably pot them till they're mature enough to stand on their own in the ground. And the other 2 I'm going to put in that new area from 2 videos ago where there's still the pile of trash. And I'm going to pull up that that black plastic liner that was like the flooring of my work area. Well, it still is in that section. And I think I'm going to plant them right down there. And then they can just kind of spread out in that little area. I am so excited. And I honestly, like if I don't end up with lots of these butterflies flying everywhere in my garden, you might see me cry. Like if we go through all this and then all of a sudden they're gone, like when I release the ones, they fly off and don't come back, or the caterpillars disappear on the ones out here. But that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna be all good. They were everywhere, just fluttering around. They're so beautiful. I'm so excited. I want them everywhere and moved into my garden like the Gulf fritillaries and the zebra longwings are. Just a permanent fixture. And the fact that different groups have been able to work together to get these butterflies to come back from near extinction, it's fabulous. It kind of makes me excited and happy to be a Floridian because that's not always the case everywhere. So yay Atala butterflies, yay caterpillars, go buy kunti plants. One cool thing about our city is that our landscaping department for the city grows kunti because it does really well out in the sun and doesn't have a lot of issues and doesn't need high maintenance. So it's a good landscape plant. So it's all over our city. Even if they don't stay in my garden, I'll probably be able to find them again somewhere in my city. So I'm going to go ahead and take this stem cutting and put them into the lepidarium. And that'll be my study guys to watch them, like see how big they get and how they act before they're going to pupate and where they decide to pupate. Out at the nectary, when we found evidence of them, the chrysalides were hanging on the kunti plant. So, and they had options there. So they might just pupate on their plant. All right, here they are. Look how so cute. They're so cute. And I put 2 cuttings in here. And there they are in the lepidarium. Atala caterpillars on kunti, their host plant. Oh, they've been a long time coming. Up next, zebra swallowtail. And look at these two little guys. I said in a video or so ago that 3 of them had left the plant. Well, they decided to come back on the plant. They're still eating. They've got lots of leaves left though, and I still have more plants if I need to. So adorable. These are Polydama swallowtails on Woolly Dutchman's pipevine. Okay, well, while we're here, I went out a week or so ago looking for swallowtail eggs because all my giant swallowtails had pupated too. So I've got lots of babies in here. They're not tiny babies, but they're not big yet. But there's probably about 7 of them in here. And then here are, they're on the downstairs. We had to do floors, but we'll just do a flyover. Some of the sulfur caterpillars I brought in for Hurricane Helene. Some of them have gone and pupated, like this one here. So I did this little setup here for, so I like this a little bit better than the little pockets, and I can explain it later, but they like pupating on the bottom of it. And look, there's another one over there. And I also had a swallowtail pupate on the bottom of one too. You never know what's going to make them happy. So anyway, it's just the paper towel is under the clip, but the clip kind of supports so that the chrysalis can just literally lay in there, and there's no chance of it getting stuck in the little pocket. And as soon as it comes out, let me get a pointer because I can't reach. As soon as it comes out, it'll come out of the top right there, and then it can just climb right up. And all of these had a chrysalis in it, so you can see a lot of them eclosed from there, and it worked out really, really well. These are only for chrysalides that were precariously placed or weren't secured very well, that I had to move. The rest of them are wherever they chose to be. Hey everyone, it's a few days later, and one of the caterpillars has pupated, so I want to show you real quick, and we're going to wind up this video, and I'm going to load it, and you're going to be watching it within 2 hours from this moment. That's how close to live we are here. Okay, here they are. These are the same 2 that you saw, and you can see the one is in its full chrysalis and the other one is getting ready. I'm sorry they're wiggling. I have to lean it over to get it into the light. So I'm holding it with my hand, which is not very steady. Okay, let me put that back in there. And also, this happened, and that, and that, and that, and more of these. And if you want to know about that, well, then you're just going to have to join my channel and watch the video that I posted yesterday. Oh, and this happened too. And this. And this. And that. So, you know, spend the $5 a month and join my channel, because I'm really getting better at posting regular videos for them, and they're really fun, and you can find out how all of these things happened. Here's another peek at the babies, and they look like they're doing just fine. And you know what I notice now? That they're bigger, they're actually eating the whole leaf. Do you see that little sliver of stem left? So when they're little, they scrape the green off, and then when they get bigger, they munch the whole leaf. Fascinating I'm so excited. I think I'm going to the nectary today to get more kunti plants because I want to fill that whole area back there, that new area I cleared out. I want to fill that whole area with kunti plants, and we're going to get these babies established. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please consider joining my members only group. I'll put the link in the pinned comment. It's also in the description. And if you haven't watched my last two videos, go check them out. The one was on the swamp milkweed. It was so interesting how I squeezed it. I almost said squoze, how I squoze it all in there. That's not a word. And it's doing very well. And the video on how I cleared up my workspace, my garden workspace. If you haven't checked that one out, go check it out, because then you'll see how the space there that we're going to put the kunti in was created. And it's a pretty cool video too. And both those videos need some love. They need some love. Go give them some love. And I will see you in my next video.